When you hear the name Tails Doll, what's the first thing that pops in your head? Well, probably a Tails doll, but is something spooky, something scary? In this video we're gonna figure out, is Tails Doll actually scary or is it just a generic creepypasta? In order to do that, let's travel back a little bit to when he was first created. Boom! Sonic Adventure 1. In Sonic Adventure 1, in one of Gamma's levels, there's a Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails doll for practice for Gamma.
And that's it? You think Buddy was doing something? Nah, he was made to get shot. That's what he was doing. He was made to get shot.
But, bing bang boom, guess what other game was coming out around the same time? Sonic R, you know, the cringe racing game? Yeah, that. And guess what? The main characters consisted of Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, and Eggman. And they needed more characters, so they decided to make dittos of those characters. Except Amy for some reason. I don't know. I don't work at Sega, bro. But they didn't have a copycat for Tails, and they were tweaking. So guess what? They just kinda peeked into Sonic Adventure 1, I guess, and said, yo, that little doll guy, he's funny. We want that. And they took it. Aight, but now you gotta ask. Obviously, when he's in Sonic Adventure 1, he's a little doll man, and he's not alive. But if he's a playable character in Sonic R, a literal racing game, he has to be alive, right? Well, yes and no, depending on how you look at it. Bro's a robot. It says in the guidebook, he's just a robot created by Eggman to look like a stuffed animal to throw Sonic off. So no, he's not a weird, creepy little, goofy little extraterrestrial creature. He's just a robot, designed to look like a stuffed animal. And all he really does in Sonic R is floats. I mean, that's cool, but like, he's a robot, so it makes sense. He's a doll. He's just a little goofy guy. At this point you might be asking yourself, then where did all this scary stuff come from? I mean, let's not kid ourselves here. Obviously, Tails doll in Sonic R is a little bit spooky. I mean, he's just floating and he looks like a doll, but bro's a robot. So, how did he become so spooky? There's one answer to that, and one answer only. Cringe. As much as I love being a Sonic fan, sometimes I am ashamed to say it because the fan base is cringe. Just like Tails doll's story is cringe. You know how he became spooky? Because creepypastas, random Sonic fans said, ooh, that guy's scary, let's make him Sonic EXE but Tails version, and boom, scary stories spawned about this guy. And that's basically how his scary origin started. He was just a robot designed by Eggman to throw Sonic off, and then fans said, yo, that's crazy, but what if supernatural? And they threw him into some creepypastas, and he became a thing. Now this is where I would just end the video because there's nothing else to say, but there is one other thing I want to touch up on. Keep in mind, Sega isn't Nintendo. They be listening to the fans. They be checking in on the fans. And eventually, this little weirdo Tails doll actually made a comeback. He popped back up in the Sonic Archie comic series. But guess what? He wasn't playing them games. After they found out he wasn't a cute little adorable plushie, this guy turned into a menace. What do I mean by that? Look. I mean, that's something out of Metroid. That's something out of Metroid. Where's Samus at? I mean, I hate on the guy personally because he's stupid and he's a little robot. But I kinda can't anymore. Look at him. He turned into a Metroid boss. And this is actually pretty scary, and keep in mind, this is Sega, this isn't fan creepypasta stuff. Of course you know Sonic and Tails box the suit up like Mayweather and he loses, but nonetheless, that's crazy. I brought up the fact that Sega listens to fans before, because, let's be honest, this would not have happened if it wasn't for all of the fans hyping up Tails doll to be some crazy, creepy menace that he's not. But realistically, as cool as this is, it's still a robot. There's still nothing supernatural going on with bro, and you can clearly see that it's just some robotic juiceage going on there. So, it's fire, but you know that Eggman's behind it. So to sum up the point of this video, if he's scary or not, well, let's see. First, bro was created to get shot at. Then, they were like, hey yo, race a little bit. Then fans said, yo, that's kinda crazy, let's make him spooky. So Sega capitalized on that and they were like, okay, you guys want spooky guy, we'll give you spooky guy. So really, I wouldn't go as far as to say he's scary as much as just a cool robot. But this really just goes to show how much power the fans actually have. I mean, I'm sure when they were creating his character for Sonic R, they were intending on him to be a little bit spooky, but the fans definitely took this to a whole new level. And even though it's just a comic and nothing like mainline, Sega still looked into it. But hear me out, because this makes me really mad. Imagine if he was a boss in Sonic Frontiers. You know, all the mini bosses that are on the map? Not only does his apparent second Metroid form look like one of them, but he could have just been a regular Tails doll walking around. You approach him, then he transforms. I mean, his second form already looks like it's from Frontiers, so why not? So, that concludes the Is Tails doll spooky video or no? Me personally, no, but if you want to believe it, bro, go ahead. Realistically, I can see why. It's fun to believe it. And truthfully, no harm. That's a wrap. Yeah. Yo, what are you doing here? The video's over, dog. Go away. Huh? Hold on. What? Somebody's following me? You're funny. Oh, that's not funny anymore. That's just real. That's no cap, just a whole Tails doll. Just good looks for telling me. You know, why you always gotta deal with situations like this? You know what I mean? Like, good looks, by the way. I appreciate that. My fault. Look, I appreciate that. You didn't have to tell me that he was following me, but you did. I mean, he's a little Tails. I ain't gonna do nothing, but I appreciate it anyways, you know? You know, because we look out for each other like that. You know what I mean? Like, I stay producing the fire content, and you stay liking and subbing it up. You already know what it is. Now, can I get back doing my business? Bro, click off the video. It's over, bro. Goodbye. Goodbye. Haha. What do you want? Go away.